Alrighty guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are doing a Dallas Mavericks rebuild in NBA 2K23. So the Dallas Mavericks have a pending free agent star right now in Kyrie Irving. And recently, Kyrie Irving, he reportedly did not agree, or they don't have a handshake on a 4-year max contract here. But do the Mavericks even want to offer him a 4-year contract? I would say like a 3-year deal will be the safer option, because he is 31 years old and he is getting up there for the age. So I might have one thing in mind, what we can do this offseason with Kyrie Irving. I don't think he's the best fit around Luka Doncic. I got somebody else in mind. I don't know how realistic this might be, but I'm going to try it. I'll explain, once we get into free agency and stuff, but for now, Jason Kidd is on a 1-year deal. We will keep him as our head coach for now. And before the draft, we got the 10th overall pick. They kind of tanked to get this 10th pick in the draft. It's only the 10th pick, but I still think it could be valuable. So if we could trade this pick, I'll try. But if we can't, I'll just hop into the draft and draft a player. So Victor Wembanyama goes number 1 overall to the San Antonio Spurs. Brandon Miller goes number 2, which is interesting. Number 3 is Scoot Henderson, which is also interesting. Then Cameron Whitmore, we got Amon Thompson now. We got Sear Thompson. We got Jet Howard going to the Pacers. We got wow, that's new. We got Kyle going to the Wizards. That is actually kind of new. He was not projected a lottery pick. And then we got G.G. Jackson going to the Utah Jazz. So we get our 10th pick in the draft. We got Derek Whitehead. We got Nick Smith. We got Cason Wallace, Keontae George. I think the most thing we need is either a center, because Christian Wood, it's kind of obvious they won't be bringing him back. A power forward is obviously our number one thing. So I'll be looking to sign a power forward or draft a power forward, a small forward. So basically everything, even a backup point guard would be nice. So a shooting guard, we don't really need a shooting guard, because I have a idea in mind for Kyrie Irving, and we also got Jane Hardy. So a small forward or a power forward is my main thing here. I would have loved to have Gregory Jackson or G.G. Jackson. So we got Kel Ware, Max Lewis, Keontae George. So a lot of interesting options here. But we got Taylor Hendricks, which I do not think he's going to fall at for Grady Dick here. But we all know the Mavericks are unlikely. There's a lot of lottery picks here that fell all the way down to not the lottery, which is interesting. So Derek Whitehead, but I guess I'll go ahead and sign Kel Ware here. I don't love that decision, but that was the only way. So that'll be my draft here. We go ahead and sign a rookie in Kel Ware. He ends up being a 74 overall, which team of player options. Here's the interesting part here. Okay, so Reggie Bullock and Josh Green. Reggie Bullock, worst case scenario, we could use him in a trade. Then Josh Green is a young piece, which I think he can turn into something for us one day. So we're gonna accept him also. So Kyrie Irving is gonna agree to his offer. So the Los Angeles Lakers have agreed to my trade offer here, and hear me out. I know sending Kyrie to the Lakers might not make sense, but if I explain it right, your mind might change. So the trade I pulled off is sending Kyrie Irving over to the Los Angeles Lakers for D'Angelo Russell and Jared Vanderbilt here. And I know the Mavericks said they're not interested in acquiring D'Angelo Russell, but hear me out here. D'Angelo Russell was playing some of the best basketball of his career, playing against an elite point guard, and that elite point guard was Stephen Curry, and now he's paired up with Luka Doncic, which I think can make some sense here if they want that same production out of D'Angelo Russell. He was playing really good along with Stephen Curry at the 2, so we go ahead, and we also get Jared Vanderbilt, which he can be our new starting power forward here, which I like that addition. He can bring some defense to the defensive side. He sometimes he's an offensive liability, but I think he can fit with our team. And then a center, we can probably go ahead and sign and trade Christian Wood too. So we'll have Luka and D'Angelo Russell play the backcourt. We'll have Tim Hardaway, Jared Vanderbilt. As you can see, our lineup is not very good, or our team is not very good right now. So like a backup point guard, which we don't need to sign yet. Which I mean, we got depth already, but I wouldn't. Okay. So I feel like what we need here is a center, and Christian Wood, I feel like we're gonna have to sign and trade him because I don't want to lose him for nothing. So Christian Wood, honestly, the Mavericks aren't gonna bring him back in real life, but he's the only point center we can afford until we like get Kel Ware like to develop into something really good for us. We could start him, which I don't think we should start him right away. I think he should come off the bench for at least a little bit, and then Tim Hardaway we can move at the deadline. So Christian Wood, we're gonna go ahead and sign a trade. Should I do this shit? And if you're wondering where Dwight Powell went, he kind of went to go sign with the Chicago Bulls, which I would have actually would have been willing to bring him back here. He would be at least a starter, at least a good center for us. But now we're stuck with McGee, and he's gonna go down then Kel Ware. So we need a center. Which I think the only thing we could do was go ahead and sign and trade Christian Wood also. So a lot of sign and trades here, not really signed. So we're also going to go ahead and sign and trade Christian Wood. We're going to give him an offer, but we are going to trade him. So we're going to go ahead and sign and trade Christian Wood here. So this is a trade I will be doing, sending Christian Wood to the Atlanta Hawks for Clint Capella and a first-round pick. This trade could actually make some sense. I feel like Clint Capella is that perfect center you want on your team instead of Christian Wood. So the Hawks get a better scoring centers, I should say, in Christian Wood, and then we get better on defense, rebounding, and Clint Capella can also score sometimes if you need him to. He's also a great defender, so I feel like the only thing Christian Wood could do better than Capella as is defend. I mean, not defend. Is score. So, and we also get a first round pick. So I'll go ahead and agree to this deal right here from the Atlanta Hawks. We go ahead and get Clint Capella and a sign and trade for Christian Wood, which I love that. So honestly, D'Lo is gonna go up in overall, and then Tim Hardaway might go down. So Josh Green is the next man up for that starting three. Then we'll have Jared Vanderbilt. Then we'll have a center, our new center, in Clint Capella, which I still like that addition. Then we'll have Kel Ware be our backup. So there's not really much to do in free agency, but if we need to sign someone, it'll probably be the backup point guard position. So we got Derrick Rose, Javon Carter here, Kimball Walker. Not really that good of an option here. I would like to sign like a young one, but we also got Frank, which I'll go ahead and re-sign Frank to be our backup point guard, and that'll be my offseason here. That's my offseason for my Dallas Mavericks. I mean, not my Dallas Mavericks. You all know I'm a Lakers fan, but that is my offseason for the Dallas Mavericks here. I don't know how realistic this is, but that is how I would do it. So we're going to go ahead and simulate to the beginning of the season here. Your rotation is Luka Doncic, D'Angelo Russell, Tim Hardaway Jr., Jared Vanderbilt, Clint Capella, Jaden Hardy, Josh Green, Reggie Bullock, and Kel Ware here, with Maxi Kleber out of the rotation, which I am fine with here. So I'm kind of debating if I should start Tim Hardaway Jr. over Josh Green, which I kind of want to start Josh Green in the starting lineup so Tim Hardaway can give us some bench production. So we'll go ahead and start Josh Green, even though Tim Hardaway, that's what 2K wants to do because he's the higher overall. But I think Josh Green's the more talented player here. So we're going to go ahead and simulate to the end of the season. If there's a move to be made at the deadline, I will do it. But for now, I'll simulate to the end of the season. Luka Doncic is your MVP, averaged 32, 11, and 11 with great efficiency, shot 44% from three. So that's the great production you want out of your point guard here. So wins the MVP award. Victor Wembanyama is your Rookie of the Year. Six-man Jalen Duren. Depoy is Giannis Most Improved Jonathan Kuminga. And Quinn Snyder is your Coach of the Year. So we are the number 1 seed in the West. Here, let's go into our player stats. We got Luka Doncic, 32 points per game. You guys already saw that. 19 from D'Angelo Russell, so D'Lo. It was a great idea to bring him in. Obviously, almost averaged 20 points and shot good from the three. Also, very efficient here. We got 15 and 13 from Clint Capella, so definitely that sign and trade was worth it. We got 14 from Tim Hardaway, mostly off the bench. That's why I didn't trade him. Then Josh Green averaged 12 from Jaden Hardy, 7, 6, and 1.5 steals from Jared Vanderbilt. So play good defense. We got Frank Ntilikina, which he got in, average 6.5 points per game, 5 from Kel Ware, and then 3 from Reggie Bullock, and 2 from Maxi Kleber. So Bullock, I was gonna trade him, but I decided not to because the season was going great, so I just didn't want to ruin it. So we have to play the San Antonio Spurs. They got Russell Westbrook, Devin Vassell, Kevin Johnson, Jeremy Sohan, and then Victor Wembanyama. They also re-signed Zach Collins, and then they added Jeremiah Robinson Earl. So here we go. Gotta play the Spurs, and then we should beat them. We beat them in 5 here. 47-point triple-double for Luka Doncic, 26 from D'Angelo Russell, which he's averaging 21 points per game in the playoffs, and Capella. They're all playing great, but I just want to see what the Hawks are doing real quick with Christian Wood. He's coming off the bench for Yankee Okongwu, the Christian Wood averaging 13, so he didn't get better with the Hawks, we all know. So then we're going to play OKC, Shea, Giddey, Kuzma, Jalen Williams. They added Gary Trent Jr., so pretty good team here in Oklahoma City. We're going to simulate current round against them. We beat them in 6. Now we're going to play the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pels got CJ, Herb Jones, Brandon Ingram. So basically the same team. They added TJ one. So the same team in New Orleans here. I think we could beat them. Let's get to the NBA Finals. Play the Atlanta Hawks with the Boston Celtics. We do beat them in 6. Now we're going to play the Atlanta Hawks, which, once again, we did give them Christian Wood. So I don't know how hard this is going to be. You all know the Hawks are so good at 2K that we might actually not win. So I'm going to need Luka Doncic and D'Angelo Russell to go off. They want to start Josh Green, which I'm completely fine with. I don't know why he wasn't starting in the first place. Capella averaging 17 and 12. So Capella ended up being a very good piece to this team. I feel like he was a better fit than Christian Wood. And we might add, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut Reggie Bullock from the rotation and then give Kel Ware some of his minutes, and then I want to have another guy step up, but it looks like we're just gonna have to give these minutes to these guys over here because the rest of these guys aren't really that good. They won't really give us no production, so we'll go ahead and give Capella more minutes. We'll give Kel Ware more minutes. We'll give Tim Hardaway more minutes, which he's playing pretty good, averaging 14 points per game. We'll give Vanderbilt more minutes. So, game 1. We take game 2. We take game 3, 1-2. So they get 1 game on us. We get the 3-1 lead, and then we do end up winning the championship. Finals MVP is Luka Doncic here. So we end up winning the championship our first year of acquiring D'Angelo Russell. I knew it would work. I knew this team would be great. So looks like a Doncic and D'Angelo Russell backcourt actually is kind of good. So I don't think they're gonna do this in real life, but it was just fun to try it out here. But to make it a little bit longer, I will go ahead and do another year and see if we can go back to back. We got the 30th overall pick in the draft. We'll go ahead and draft Mark Mitchell here for our only first-round pick here, and then we'll go ahead and sign him to the rookie signings. Why not? Just add some young youth to this team and player options. Jaden Hardy, we're going to accept. Davis Bertans, we're going to decline. Then JaVale McGee accepts his player option, which I'm okay with. And we got Josh Green as a free agent, which he is a must re-sign here. Just like the Lakers with Austin Reeves, he's a must re-sign. So we got Vanderbilt, Josh Green, and Bertans. I'm not going to bring back, even though he is asking for a minimum, which I'm still not going to bring him back. I feel like we can use that open roster spot on something else. So Josh does have a qualifying offer, so Vanderbilt, it says he's not interested in negotiating with us, but we're going to bring it back anyway, which means we can sign someone real quick. So, we're going to probably use that money on Vanderbilt, so I'm going to go ahead and re-sign Jared Vanderbilt. What offer did we give Vanderbilt for his performance last season? He actually played pretty good, so I'll give him like a $17 million 3-year deal for Jared Vanderbilt here. And then we also got Josh Green, Davis Bertans, which they'll one of them will come out from the qualifying offers, one we won't even bring back. So we're gonna wait on Vanderbilt to sign with us. So Vanderbilt, we're gonna wait on him. Then Reggie Bullock, and I'm not too concerned about as well. We can run out race to him. So we're gonna bring him back. So Vanderbilt is back on this team, Jay Vando, and then Tim Hardaway, we could look into trading, but once again, we did win with him, so at the deadline, I might. So then Josh Green, we're still waiting on him to come back, and yeah, so not really much to be done, because Cal Ware is going to keep getting better at that backup center. I mean, we could go ahead and trade for a backup power forward, or sign one, actually, so backup power forward, Kendrick Williams, Reggie Bullock. I don't want to bring back Bullock. Carmelo didn't retire yet, so it's kind of weird. Keita Bates-Diop, Derrick Jones Jr. Honestly, just give me Derrick Jones Jr. on a cheap 2-year deal here. I feel like he can bring some shooting to the team, even though we already got some shooting, and then Josh Green is the only person I want back here. He'll come back on his qualifying offer and make sure 2K doesn't renounce the rights to him, because you know how 2K is. So we're gonna wait on Josh Green to come back on his qualifying offer, and then Josh Green is back. Okay, so we get Josh Green back, then player progression. Luka actually goes down. D'Lo is up. Clint Capella's up. Jared Vanderbilt is up. Kel Ware is up to a 77. Josh Green is up. Frank Ntilikina is up. Maxi Kleber is down. And JaVale McGee's down to a 70 overall. So that'll bring me off season. If there's a move to be made at the deadline, I will do it. But for now, I'm just gonna go skip to the playoffs. Luka is your back-to-back MVP, averaging 28 points, 9 rebounds, and 12 assists. Bronny James is your Rookie of the Year on the Heat. Dame is your sixth man, which is kind of interesting. Then Victor Wembanyama, Depoy, and most improved also Victor Wembanyama. Quinn Snyder's your Coach of the Year. So we go down to the third seed in the West this year, but going into our player stats here, we got 28 from Luka, 18.5 from D'Angelo Russell, 15 from Josh Green. So a big jump from Josh Green here, turned into one of our most reliable role players here. We got 13 and 11 from Clint Capella. We got 12.5 from Tim Hardaway Jr. off the bench. We got 11 from Jaden Hardy off the bench as well. We got 9 from Kel Ware, 8 from Jared Vanderbilt, or 9 from Jared Vanderbilt, 4 from Derrick Jones Jr., and 2 from Frank Ntilikina. So we got to play the San Antonio Spurs once again. They added Desmond Bane to their team and Isaiah Collier. They also still got Victor Wembanyama, Gary Trent Jr., Melchi Branham. They still got Russell Westbrook off the bench now. So we're going to go ahead and simulate current round here against the San Antonio Spurs, and we do beat them in 5. Now we're going to play the OKC Thunder. They got Shea, Giddey, Kuzma. So the same team, they added Nick Smith, or pretty sure he was already there. Yeah, they got Nick Smith now. So pretty good team here in OKC, but I still think we're a better team. But they do beat us in 5. As soon as I said that, I shouldn't have been talking. So we don't repeat, but we made it to the semifinals, but OKC ends up winning the championship. So that's the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Luka and D'Angelo Russell might be a good duo in 2K. I don't know about real life, but comment down below if you think D'Lo is gonna get traded or signed and traded, or will the Lakers even bring him back? Comment down below if you think it's gonna happen. But I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll try to be more consistent. I'll try, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.